Hello. In this quick tutorial, we will first look into how do we install R on our desktop, and then we will also look into how do we install a program called as RStudio, which works with R and makes writing the R scripts much more easier for us. So without any further delay, let's take a look. So in order to install R, we will go to a website on our favorite browser, and we'll go to www.r-project.org, and then we can click on the CRAN link on the left side which says download packages, and it actually takes us to a list of mirrors, and I'm going to go down to USA and pick up the Berkeley EDU. And since I am going to install R on my Windows machine, I will click download R for Windows. I will pick up the base install, and once I click on that, I go to download R 3.0.2 for Windows, and I will save as. I'll save it on my desktop, save, and it is downloading now. So I have R downloaded completely on my desktop here. I'm going to double click, and it says the publisher could not be verified. Are you sure you want to run the software? I'm saying yes, and it is a user account control, and I want it in English. Next, 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 and I'm going to make an default install, and it will be manifold as with R, and next, we have finished. So now, since I did select to have a desktop icon for R, I'm going to start with RX64, and this is the default window that you see while in order to interact with R. So if I say 2 plus 3, it gives me 5. This basically shows that my R install works fine. However, in order for us to make our workspace more useful and more easier to interact with, we will install another software, as I mentioned in the beginning of the tutorial, and which is called as RStudio. So for now, I'm going to close this window, and it's going to ask me save workspace image. I'm going to say no, and I'll go back to my browser and go to a website called www.rstudio.com, and this is the website how it looks like, and I will go to RStudio IDE. IDE means Integrated Development Environment, and I'm going to say download RStudio and click again, and now the website was able to detect that I'm using a Windows machine for my desktop, and they recommend a Windows XP version or a Vista or 7 or 8, and I'm going to download this one, save link as on the desktop, and save, and it's downloading. Once the download is complete, I'm going to install the RStudio as well. So RStudio, same steps, next, finish. And now I have, in all programs, I have RStudio, and I will launch RStudio. And here we go. So we have the same R console, but it is now part of a bigger development environment, and I can start a new file. So file, new, R script, and I get an area, and if I say 2 plus 3, and I say run, so it actually copies this statement that I wrote here and runs it in my R console and gives me the result as 5. So that's all for now, and the goal for this short tutorial was to just get you started and make sure that we have R installed on our desktop, in this case the Windows machine, And in order to do that, what we did is we first installed the R distribution or the R software, and then after R has been installed, we installed a studio on top of it, which is a development environment which makes life easier for us to work with R, and it is called RStudio. Thank you so much.